What's up, everyone? I'm here with another mock review. I mean, do I need to announce the mock reviews? I feel like I'll get it now. You know, I think I've made enough to wherever you see the background, you see a mock, and then you're like, okay, it's a mock review time. If not, drop in the comments, guys. There's gonna be a lot of comments in this video. I'm gonna be asking for a lot of feedback. So, first feedback. Do I need to announce that I'm making a mock review whenever the title has the word mock review in it? Throw it in the comments below, guys. Anyway, here is the Wandering Hero. He has been in the new Spark Christmas special, the Starguard 2, the Christmas special for 2024. That's crazy, y'all. It's not that crazy. This is a character that I made for this video. I wanted very specific things for his design because, like, unlike other characters, which sometimes I come up with the character first as like a general, like, what's it called? Like, person to use in the story. This guy was very specific. I knew exactly what his character needed to do. Like, he was created for this video and most likely will only appear in this video, or maybe he'll appear in the future. I don't know, but the idea was always to kind of have this design, have this character for a specific purpose in this specific video. So check it out, y'all. We're gonna start off with the bottom, which is his feet, which are not the best, y'all. Another huge thing with this mock is this is what happens whenever Starguard has a what's it called, a deadline. So this guy was made in like a day. I have some behind the scenes photos, but I like got back from college because I have all my mock stuff at my house, not at my college, and so I just kind of really threw this character together. And so he has these basic Mata feet, which I kind of think work because he's like supposed to be an older character. You know, the Mata feet are like older Bionicle things. That's me doing air quotes and not just wiggling my hands. Older Bionicle, what's it called? Designs. And then it's a CCBS shell with this old G1 armor thrown on top. All of this is like rust and black wash weathering. I threw on this like rust because I really want to make it look like he was old. Kind of inspired by it's gonna be random, but Rise of the Beasts, the Transformers movie, the Scourge, the main villain in that movie, has a ton of rust, and so I saw a lot of people making customs of that figure, and so I was like, oh, you could do it by kind of taking brown and doing a wash over the character. So that's what I did with the rust for Wandering Hero here. Here are just pants. This is just fabric glued on top. No custom pants, y'all. But oh my gosh, that's another thing, is torso articulation. I just like made him do it. Okay, this is not okay. He's gonna fall, and I'm gonna set the camera down, and then I am going to put him right back up. Guys, he's not the unsturdy in the future, but sorry. Here is his crotch, y'all. Here's the crotch, y'all. You can see there's some super glue in there, because this piece actually fell off, but you could see in there it's connected via ribbon, so the ribbon gives it enough wiggle room to where like that looked so weird. I just looked in the camera to see what it looked like. I'm so sorry, y'all, but point is the ribbon moves to wherever this like skirt armor is able to move out of the way. And this is just an old what's it called, piece, Metro torso, I don't know, man, it's a Metro piece that I put on there to kind of like keep the skirt armor look. On the back there is nothing because he has a cloak thing to cover it up. And then here, going on to the upper torso, I'm gonna be real, I made this when I was sleep deprived, so I don't really know exactly what all the stuff's in here. I know that there's 2.0 feet in there. I know that there's like the like gun barrel piece is also glued on there. Just a lot of silver parts. I basically took all these silver parts that I saw. Some 2.0 chest piece. Y'all know how I love using this 2.0 chest piece to just cut it up and throw it on stuff. And then some brain attack like drone pieces on there to kind of keep that look going. And there's probably, on the back, there's also, I'm going to take off the sword. We'll talk about the sword for a second. This is a custom sword, glued and cut and super glued together. Yeah, his big sword, which also has rust and stuff on it, because I want to give him some kind of weapon. But on the back here, there's just this piece kind of glued on. And then he has this, like, satchel strap thing, and I put on this H because he's also a hero, but also I wanted a little like medallion thing for him. So yeah, there was that. Oh my gosh, he fell, y'all. Because he's you know, It's just worn down, y'all. Not really. It's but yeah. There's this piece that kind of keeps the cloak look. I liked adding that little bit of brown in there to kind of, again, keep the look of like he's a really old hero type. And he has torso articulation, y'all. As you see, he could bend back, but he could also bend forward. So yeah, keep that torso articulation. I also like the idea of kind of like keeping him really thin. Like he's like a very old, decrepit, sorry, that sounded mean, but he's like an older like guy who's probably not gonna have that much muscles, even though he's a hero. So I like the idea that he has a lot of armor that kind of makes him look imposing, but he's not like the actual, like his torso really, like his torso right here, you know, like he just looks very thin with chunks of armor on top of him. And I did like that look to kind of, originally I wanted to make him look really big and buff, but now it's like, I think it's a lot more unique for the character to look very skinny with just chunks of armor on. Like again, like he is this older guy that can't really like keep up with the more physical attributes of hero work. Also, whenever I made him, he just kind of ended up skinny. So yeah. Also, so here is a head I got from Brick Fair, and it was originally black, but then I wanted to paint it up. I didn't really do too much. Oh yeah, also it's just on top of a brain attack head with the, what's it called, because I knew that this was going to be covering it. So but yeah, this head I think is exclusive. I don't know, I probably shouldn't have painted it, but like I'm not gonna, I use these Bionicle parts only for the use of videos, so there's no point in holding on to something and not using it, you know. But yeah, and so I was struggling with what design I wanted to give this character, and then I just saw this in my mask bin, and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. I want him to look older and kind of like a little menacing, like you don't really know at first like if he's a good guy or bad guy. And then I think this kind of fit the old wise mentor look. It's like the Mask of Ultimate Doom, right? Is that it for from G2? Yeah, I don't know. And then here's his cloak. This cloak thing, kind of just fabric thrown on here, and to keep his asymmetrical look, wherever it's on one shoulder and not the other, because this knight piece from Knight's Kingdom is on a ribbon, and I only had one of them, so I was like, oh, I might as well just use it on this side, and I'll do that on the other side. But also I like it because it's asymmetrical. It looks like, you know, maybe at one point he had, you know, shoulder pads on both, but he lost one along the way. Also, his arm is really weird. It's like, so there in here is a shoulder pad or shoulder piece, like a CCBS bone to give him that shoulder articulation, and a ribbon piece to keep the shoulder pad. But it kind of just gives him a really long arm at some points, at some angles, so it's all about how you pose it. But yeah, so it could be a little weird. I remember I had struggled with working with that arm while filming. But hold on, here he is now. I can kind of put that there. But his arm, in here is a CCBS shell. I could feel it to buff up his arms a little bit, because if not, then the fabric's really skinny. And then moving down to his arms, which are symmetrical, so I'm just gonna only cover one arm. It's just a uniter piece, and then actually you could see in here, I did this on this hand. Actually it's not symmetrical because the other hand doesn't have this. I tried gluing in magnets in there so he could hold his sword. Did not work out. It was a terrible idea. It fell apart almost immediately. But yeah, here is also, yeah, this is a knockoff. Okay, that's why it's been doing that. So this piece looks like it's about to pop off, because it's a knockoff piece, the knockoff hand connector, but it's glued all in there, so I'm not gonna be using this figure much, so like I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it in there. But yeah, here's his, so that hand connector was popping off a ton, but it's glued, these like T-bar piece is glued in there along with this, yeah, little Technic thing, and lightsaber rod and uniter piece. That's all been dry brushed. The whole MOC has been dry brushed. There it is. There it goes. It finally popped off. There we go. It kind of stays in there. It's close enough. And then on top of here is a CCBS shell that I just glued on there to kind of add a little bit. And you could see that I matte sprayed this whole thing, so it kind of makes it look like almost this 2D like painterly look, which I want to try, and because I did it accidentally on this one, I want to do it more so on future MOCs, because I like that. It kind of gives this weird like almost like 2D kind of blend, even though it's not 2D. It flattens everything, which is the point of the matte coat, but it flattens everything. And so from that comes like this almost like painterly look, which I think would be cool to kind of play with more in future stuff. But also on the back here, his armor, and you take that little hole on his sword, and then you just click it right on there, and you can store his sword, and you just move the you move his cape off to the side, kind of like the Mandalorian, because on all the freaking what's it called, Mandalorian stuff, like his cape's off to the side, which makes sense because he has the jetpack. But I didn't realize this until I got the figures, and then all the figures were off to the side. So I mean, you have to play with the what's it called, shoulder pad to make it look good. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, here is that MOC. Here's the Wandering Hero. If you want to see him in a video, he is in the Christmas special. Go check that out, y'all. Thanks for watching this MOC review. Hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all want me to do any more videos like this, specifically on stuff like the weathering and everything, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, y'all. Thanks for watching, and another MOC review coming soon.